My husband called me a failure as a woman for not being a stay-at-home mom. I showed him our bank statements, and now his entire family won't speak to him. When James and I married 7 years ago, we addressed our different backgrounds early. His mother maintained an immaculate home while his father was the sole provider. I was raised by a single mother who worked 2 jobs and emphasized financial independence. Despite these differences, we agreed on partnership, both working, parenting, and maintaining our home. For 6 years, this worked beautifully. Then his parents stayed with us for a month after the birth of our 3rd child. His mother immediately began making passive, aggressive comments about dust under the couch and questioned why I was returning to work so soon after my 12-week maternity leave. By week 2, her comments became direct, criticizing my priorities and suggesting James deserved better care. Throughout this, James stayed mostly silent, occasionally giving apologetic glances but never intervening. Everything exploded when I returned from my first week back at work with takeout dinner. The house was untouched since morning, part breakfast dishes in the sink, laundry unfolded, baby bottles unwashed. When James questioned where dinner was, his mother jumped in about how a real wife would have home-cooked meals ready. Instead of defending our agreement, James sided with her, suggesting my career was sacrificing our family's well-being and that I was failing as a woman by not putting family first. Without a word, I opened our financial accounts on my laptop. I showed him that 70% of our household income came from my salary. My healthcare covered the children, my 401, funded our retirement. My bonuses supplied the kids' college funds. I reminded him how I paid our mortgage for 14 months when his startup failed 3 years ago, never once making him feel lesser for that setback. Your father could support a traditional wife because he earned enough. You make $58,000 annually. We live in a $700,000 house with 3 children in an expensive city. Do the math. If you want a traditional wife, be a traditional provider. EFIs where equals in responsibility and respect. I spent the night at a hotel. When I returned, his parents were packing. His father asked to speak privately and admitted they hadn't known about James's startup failure for how I'd financially carried the family. What you did for our son when he needed support paired. That's what family is about. James later confessed his parents had lectured him about respecting his wife. His father had said, "Your mother could be traditional because I ensured she could be. You can't offer that, so stop acting entitled to it." James apologized, admitting he'd projected insecurities about his earning potential onto me. We're in counseling now, rebuilding trust. Before leaving, his father shook my hand and said, "Thank you for being the partner my son needed, even when he forgot to be yours."